Karibuni tena wanafunzi, na tunaendelea na topic yetu ya Biochemistry. Kwenye kipindi kilichopita tulimaliza kuhusu discussion ya enzymes, tukiwa tunaangalia about enzymes cofactors, tukaangalia about proteolytic groups na enzyme activators. Kwa hiyo yote kwa yote tunaendelea leo na kipindi, na leo tuna discuss water. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for advanced chemistry, physics and advanced mathematics pamoja na BAM, pamoja na masomo hayo kwa level. So tunaendelea na water. Water is the most abundant, typically making up between 60 to 90% of the flesh mass of the organism. So most of the organisms, asilimia 60 hadi 95 flesh mass inatengenezwa na nini? Na water. Lakini dry mass inatengenezwa na nani? Na protein. So organic molecules of the cell are made in turn from even simple inorganic molecules, notably carbon dioxide, nitrogen and water. So organic molecules kama proteini na vitu vingine vinakuwa vinatengenezwa kutoka kwenye simple inorganic molecules. Pia kwa mfano organic molecules kama hizo protein, carbohydrate, they are made from inorganic molecules by plants, kwa sababu animals hawana uwezo wa kufanya hivyo. So what kind of organism they perform this function is plants. Now let's see importance of water. Because no water, no life. You cannot survive or you cannot live without water. Why? First, because water is a vital chemical constituent of the living cell. Greater than 90% of the cell is water. Also, water provides an environment for those organisms that live in water, that is aquatic organisms. Before going far more, let's see about the chemical and physical properties of water. If we know about the chemical and physical properties of water, then it will be easier for us to understand the functions of water, because what we have mentioned here is just the basic functions, but water have different functions on the basis of different aspects. Now the first function, the first chemical property of water is polarity. Polarity is uneven or unequal charge distribution within a molecule. In a water molecule, one part of the molecule is slightly positive and the other part is slightly negative due to high electronegativity of oxygen compared to hydrogen. So kwenye water molecule, kama ambavyo tulishaisema kwenye general chemistry kule, kama unafuatia vipindi vyangu kule kwenye general chemistry tulielezea kwamba water molecule yenyewe inakuwa na permanent dipole moment. Kwa hiyo ni covalent bond, lakini ina polar covalent bonds. Kwa hiyo tunachokisema ni kwamba kwenye water molecule oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. So oxygen tend to attract electrons towards itself. Iki attract electron na become slightly negatively charged, while hydrogen becomes slightly positively charged. And this is known as a dipole. Manake na two poles, that's why it's called a dipole. And the second property is cohesive force or attractive force. Water molecules, they have ability to attract each other. Water molecules have a weak attraction for each other, with opposite charges coming together and causing them to behave as if were stick like magnet. Hii tutaenda kuiona sana kwenye topic ya transportation, kwamba tunavyokuwa tuna transport water toka kwenye mizizi kwenda kwenye majani, huwa lazima cohesive force au attraction kati ya water molecule iwe ni ya muhimu. Kwa hiyo water kwa mfano inavyokuwa inatoka kwenye leaf by transpiration, inakuwa inamwagika chini, kuna cohesive force kati ya water molecules. Manake a slightly positive charge in oxygen ina bind na a slightly negative charge in oxygen ina bind na slightly positive charge in hydrogen. Cause inakuwa attracted kwa namna hiyo hapo. Na tutaenda kuidiscuss sana hiyo kwenye transport. Kwa hiyo usipoelewa hapo kwenye transport itakuwa ni vigumu pia kuelewa. Now note, cohesive force is the force of attraction between the same molecule. This enable upward movement of water molecule in plants. That is translocation of water through xylem, as we shall discuss later in transport topic. The third property is solvent properties. Solvent property. Water is an excellent solvent for polar substances. These include ionic substances like salts and some non-ionic substances like sugar that contain polar groups, that is slightly charged. Kwa water sometimes inaitwa kama ni universal solvent kwa sababu gani? Ina dissolve many substances. However, haiwezi kudissolve non-polar substances, hasa organic compounds. Organic compounds, they are always soluble in organic compounds. So, on contact with water, the ions and the polar groups are surrounded by water molecules, which separates or dissociates the ions or molecules from each other. This is what happening when a substance dissolve in water. Kwa kitu kinavyokuwa kina dissolve in water, kinakuwa kinatengeneza a hydrogen bond with water. And kama hicho kitu ni kina ionic bond, manake kita dissociate na kitasababisha the breakage of the ionic bond. This also increases the reactivity of various ions since they move freely. Thus, majority of cells chemical reactions take place in aqueous solution. Kwa hiyo kitendo cha maji kudissociate hizo ionic compounds zinasababisha reactivity ya hizo ionic compounds iongezeke kwa sababu ions zinakuwa zina move freely. Also, water acts as transport medium as in blood, in lymphatics and excretory system, the alimentary canal, and in the xylem and phloem due to its solvent property. Kwa hiyo ni property ya tatu, na kama unavyoona kwamba hizo properties zinaendana na function ambazo water na perform. Property ya 4 ni high heat capacity. Hiyo ni physical property, high heat capacity. Now, heat capacity, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 centigrade. Temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 centigrade. Hii ni concept ya form 3 physics about heat capacity. Now, water has a high heat capacity. Thus, large increase in heat energy results in a relatively small rise in temperature. Why so? This is because much of the energy is used in breaking the hydrogen bonds, which resist the movement of molecules. Kwa hiyo hii inasaidia sana kwenye biochemical processes. Biochemical processes therefore operate over a smaller temperature range proceeding at, manake biochemical processes zina uwezo wa kuendelea na temperature exchange sana, proceeding more constant rates, and are also likely to be inhibited by extreme of temperature. All biochemical processes taking place in a water medium are less likely to be inhibited by extremes of temperature. Kwa reactions ambazo zinakuwa zina take place kwenye water medium haziwezi kuwa inhibited kwa sababu ya temperature kuwa kubwa. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu high change ya temperature itakayotokana na reaction haitaweza kubadilisha environment ambayo ni water kubadilika inahitaji temperature kubwa. Lakini ya 5 ni high heat of vaporization. Maana ili water become vapor, become mvuke, inahitaji heat kubwa. This is the measure of heat energy required to vaporize a liquid. This is due to hydrogen bonding. Also, the high heat of vaporization is due to hydrogen bonding. Kwa hiyo, the energy transferred to water molecule to allow them to vaporize results in a loss of energy from their surrounding. That is, cooling taking place. This is made use of in sweating and painting on mammals. Kwa hiyo, energy inayokuwa transferred kwenye water molecules ku allow them vaporize. Wakati huo hiyo energy kinyume inaweza kutumika, yani kama utatumia energy fulani ku vaporize water, pia ni energy hiyo ndio itakayokuwa released wakati huo unairudisha ile water iwe liquid. Tunavotoa jasho, unakuta ile jasho linakuwa kwenye ngozi kama maji. Kwa maana yake pale ni nini? Ile jasho litoka ndani kama vapor. Linavotoka pale kama maji, maana yake kuna energy imekuwa lost pale kwenye sweating na kwenye panting, as we shall discuss later in homeostasis. Lakini pale unapofanya sweating na panting kuna energy inakuwa lost. Kwa nini inakuwa lost? Kwa sababu water molecules zinatoka kwenye vapor zinarudi kwenye liquid. So large amount of heat energy will be lost with water through sweating, panting and the opening of mouth of some reptiles, hence cooling effect of the body with minimum loss of water from the body. Kwa unakuwa umepoteza maji kidogo afu umepoteza joto jingi, umesha cool the body. Property ya 6 ni high heat of fusion. High heat of fusion. Heat of fusion is a measure of heat energy required to melt a solid, in this case ice. Kwa heat ambayo inakuwa required to melt ice. Now in order to melt a piece of ice, the high amount of heat is required to be absorbed. Also liquid water must lose a relative large amount of heat to freeze. Hii inasaidia kwa sababu gani? Manake water ikiwa ndani ya mwili haiwezi kuganda kufreeze ikawa barafu kwa sababu ya high heat of fusion. So due to this property, contents of the cell and the environment are therefore less likely to freeze. Ice crystals are particularly damaging if they develop inside the cell. So if the cell could develop ice crystals, it could be damaged. But because water has high heat of vaporization, so it cannot, has a high heat of fusion, has a high latent heat of fusion, so it cannot freeze in the cell. On the 7th property ya 7 density and freezing property. Density and freezing property. The density of water decreases below 4 degrees centigrade, and the ice therefore tend to float. This is abnormal as expansion of water. It is abnormal from the normal expansion of other liquids, which when we decrease temperature, their density also decreases. When we decrease temperature, the density increases because the volume decreases. While in water, when you decrease temperature up to 4 centigrade, the volume decreases. But from 4 degrees centigrade to below, the volume starts to increase, so the density decreases. Now, water is the only substance whose solid form is less denser than liquid form. That's why I told you that this is called the abnormal as expansion of water. Since ice floats, it forms at the surface. First, it forms at the surface first and bottom last. Now, if ponds flows from the bottom upward, fresh water life could not exist in temperatures or Arctic climates. Kwa kila property ya water hapa ina umuhimu wake. Kila property ya water ina umuhimu wake. Kwa mfano unaona hii ya kufreeze, freezing property ya water. Maji yanapoanza kufreeze juu kushuka chini, manake pale juu pakisha freeze, ice float, wale viumbe wa chini wanakuwa kama insulated, wanakuwa wamezibwa na ile barafu ya juu, kwa wanakuwa wapati baridi na maisha yanaendelea. So ice insulates the water below it, thus increasing the chances of survival of organisms in water. This is important in cold climates and cold seasons, and must have been particularly so in the past, such as during ice ages. Kwa hiyo ni important sana, ni muhimu sana kwa wale wanyama ambao wanaishi kwenye mazingira yenye baridi sana. Property ya 8 na ndio mwisho tutaka discuss kwenye hizi property ni water is a reagent. Water na act kama reagent kwenye many chemical reactions. Kwenye many chemical reactions water na act kama reagent. Kwa hiyo water participates in the chemical reactions of metabolism. In particular, it is useful as a source of hydrogen in photosynthesis. Hiyo tutaenda kudiscuss kwenye nutrition. Naishia hapa kwa kipindi hichi, na kipindi kinachofuata tutaangalia kwenye other biological importance functions of water. Kwenye all organism na kwenye plants peke yake, kwenye animals peke yake. Na baada ya hapo tutakwenda kudiscuss kuhusu testing ya biological molecules then we shall finish with the ATP. Stay with me, subscribe to the channel, share the link and share the video. Click the link below to join my Telegram group for more discussion and questions. Thank you, everybody. Let I wish you nice studies. Thank you.